All right, everyone, fasten your seatbelts because this is about to become nasty, like the notes taken by reality TV producers. Even the love and hip-hop cameras were unable to capture this level of betrayal in the scandal that a filthy young doctor just exposed. Additionally, trust me when I say that the invoices were. Because guess what? Allegedly, Scrappy was riding with Kendra, the so-called ride or die, the entire time. Indeed, it was Scrappy who swore up and down the whole pot, kettle, and stove, the man who messes up relationships like it's his day job. Indicated he was simply friends with Kendra, but the hotel receipts and leaked messages give a different impression. Because of this, the internet is ablaze, the jock is out for revenge, and Kendra, let's say, may need a public relations team and legal advice. To make matters worse, Scrappy Cold has stopped talking altogether. Look 10 times worse. What receipts does Jock have? How severe is this betrayal? Why is he deciding to reveal this information at this time? However, just when we believed that young Jock had at last entered his good guy phase, relaxing in his barbershop and offering Steve Harvey-style life counsel, he delivers a bomb so clumsy that even the hip-hop and love producers were taken aback. However, this is betrayal on a whole other level, comparable to Shakespearean backstabbing with a gookie belt. It's not just some mere reality TV drama. Let's take a moment to reflect. Recall the day that Jock's wife, Kendra Robinson, told everyone that she claimed that she was too good for Jock's background and that she is a lawyer and not involved in the nonsense. It turns out that while Kendra was busy criticizing Jock's crazy past, Sis may have had a couple too. Meanwhile, Jock is constantly trying to convince the public that he's a changed, cute man on all the podcasts. She had her skeletons, and did you hear me correctly? Those skeletons were wearing Lil Scrappy's chain. The Scrappy who was grieving for Bambi is the same Scrappy who claimed to want his family back despite reportedly playing family with Kendra behind Jock's back. Here's where it's useful now. Procures juicy sources. I mean some snoopy folks with screenshots who assert that Jock learned the truth in the most inconvenient way conceivable, using hard copy receipts rather than gossip or even sloppy group discussions. According to reports, Jock received text messages about hotel reservations, as well as some money exchanges that suggest Scrappy and Kendra were closer than they should have been. Let's talk about these texts as you are all aware, in the world of celebrity scandals, money transfers are like leaving your fingerprints at the scene of a crime. I got confused up because it seems like Scrappy and Kendra were conversing in codes, not just any codes, but shady, clever codes. One alleged communication said, "You know I don't regret anything you always do." This was blatantly insulting Jock. We're talking about heartbreak and regret after you spent the entire previous season wailing over how much you wanted Bambi back. This dude is a professional bungler, and it gets worse. Another message allegedly said, "I hate sneaking around like this. We deserve to. I'm sorry, Scrappy gentleman." This cannot be manipulated, so Kendra might as well grab her attorney's badge and head directly to divorce court. But what's wonderful is that, according to the account that was relayed to him, the Jock wasn't even out here searching for this tea. Yes, he wasn't even out here playing detective. The true query is, who sent the receipts? We do know one thing about it, and that is that you were trying to manage your small barbershop, as usual when you suddenly received screenshots of your wife and your buddy acting as though they were in a situationship from a strange number. Leaks are not unintentional. Someone wanted Jock to know that someone wanted this to be made public, according to Hollywood drama. If Kendra and Scrappy were actually out there being cunning, then someone close to them was participating. So let's examine this rationally. You already know that there are rumors circulating that Bambi may have been involved, but we could spend all day attempting to identify the culprit. Indeed, Bambi Scrappy's ex-wife was the one who was aware of them and disapproved of them. They were exposed because someone got so angry. They played Bambi left and right before they left. Well, I'm not saying she leaked it, but I'm also not saying it because really, who else would have access to Scrappy's texts? And who else would be so spiteful as to make sure Jockey got this mess back in the most humiliating way possible? Even if Bambi may have been telling us that Scrappy was a chronic lint-stepper, this is incredibly horrible. And if this is true, Scrappy was ruining his marriage and working as an undercover lover in Jock's marriage. This is where things get really ugly. But be careful, the Jock is petty. Do you all recall the last time he made fun of Kendra on national TV? Just because you thought that was terrible doesn't mean you're ready for what he did next. Jock didn't just keep this information to himself or deal with it in private. I want everyone to see how insane this celebrity society is. When you find out that your spouse is cheating, you usually seek a lawyer, post vague phrases like "I deserve better" on Instagram, and move on. But one man decided to use violence instead. The jock started spitting tea on his podcast and Instagram live as soon as he got the receipts, acting as though he was getting paid for each view and listen. Let's keep it private, but I wish them the best energy. He wasn't even trying to be elegant about it. This person was chuckling. At one point, Jockey essentially dragged them both while making jokes. When he asked, "I was wondering why my wife was always so invested in Scrappy's love life, like Dan girl, are we a PR team or something?" He learned that she was merely keeping an eye on her situation. Jockey was the reason he took it a step farther. Didn't just bash Scrappy and Kendra. He basically cautioned the industry to avoid him in the group conversation if they had secrets. He declared, "You guys better stop playing with me. I have enough receipts to make love and hip-hop cancel itself. Keep talking like idiots, and I have to start dropping them." Baby Jock claimed to have time today, which is where the trouble begins, and now he is holding the entire hip-hop community hostage. If you thought it was crazy that Jock had exposed them, you should wait to hear what Scrappy did next. Young Jock then revealed the shocking information, and all of the rumors quickly spread on social media. This was genuine and intimate, and the Jocks movement was what initially led folks to believe it was just another love and hip-hop scam or some produced drama for ratings. The depth of this controversy was being questioned in every blog, Instagram comment area, and end group chat. Oh, he wasn't trying to gain influence. His goal was to limit Blood Scrappy's harm. Now let's talk about Lil Scrappy, because most people who are involved in a situation like this either play the victim, let the drama go, or continue to keep silent. Come clean, express regret, and let people go. However, instead of clearing his name, Scrappy took the worst conceivable step. As if the receipts hadn't already been shown to us, he intensified his lying. Scrappy hops on Instagram, live late at night, appearing exhausted. That look is familiar to all of you. His first words were, "Man, you believe anything, bro, like real talk. You just run with whatever the internet tells you. That's crazy." He was pacing back and forth and rubbing his head as though he had just found out that his car had been wrecked. Here it is, the quintessential statement. "You believe anything defense, sir, be for real." Not only is this not a mere rumor on Twitter, but the internet talking jock produced the hotel reservations, cash transfers, screenshots, and receipts. Kendra remarked, "Jock, my brother man, we've been through too much for him to be out here spreading lies, and I would never do something like that to him," while Scrappy went on. To be honest, Scrappy could have come clean and said, "Yo, I messed up. I was in a bad place," or something. But instead, he attempted to deceive the entire internet into believing that he was not trustworthy. Married women, you guys should quit teasing individuals by their names. He was jumping between Erica Dixon, Shay Johnson, and Bambi like he was in a relay race when Bambi called him out for constantly cheating. Scrambling in relationships is not unique to Scrappy, which is the worst part. Was denying everything out here. Someone else was getting ready to spill even more tea, and guess who got Bambi's retribution? Bambi did really determine she had time today. After leaving Scrappy, Bambi had been silent and had already cleaned her hands of him and talked about how he treated her. But this was, if Scrappy was chasing Kendra and begging Bambi to give him back, then he was playing both of them. So what was Bambi up to? She posted this dubious little message on Instagram stories, stating that some of you males genuinely think you are invincible, like no matter what. I promise you that no matter how many times you cheat and deceive, karma will eventually come up with you. Not only did she know who she was talking about without having to step out into the world, but Bambi went live with a flawless appearance, a costly drink, and a laugh. This is the messiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I thought I'd seen it all, but this view couldn't be me. Bambi was enjoying seeing Scrappy's life fall apart when she remarked, "The real dagger men love to play dumb when they get caught, but trust me, they won't." Not only is the jock exposing him, but his own ex-wife is also co-signing the drama after she just confirmed everything. Kendra finally talks currently, as if things couldn't get any worse. Nobody is lying to you or making anything up, so if you did it, take responsibility for it, stand by it, and go for it. There had been no blogs, interviews, or anything else about Kendra Robinson, but when a scandal grew too big to ignore, a public relations firm took over, and Kendra finally made a statement. Was she sorry? Did she explain it, or did she deny it? She actually made the most thoughtful and lawyer-approved statement conceivable. We are all aware that when someone claims, "I am not engaging in rumors," it indicates that the rumors are accurate, and the internet assumed the worst. Since my marriage is my business, I will never spread untrue information or participate in rumors or gossip. Thank you, girl. What's worse is that while Kendra was out here attempting to contain the damage, you know who was watching this whole thing happen and receiving young Jock's final love. She was being pulled by all of them, sis. Say, "I did it," and leave. Your entire marriage was ruined for Scrappy Jock. He must have those children's DNA tested right away. When Jock realized Scrappy was lying, he shared a video of himself grinning on Instagram without a caption. According to him, "I'm sitting back sipping my tea and watching the circus, and honestly, I won." Bambi was somewhere, Kendra was being pulled, and Scrappy was apprehended. Jock is simply waiting to see how much worse things get because, believe me, it's not over yet. Kendra is escaping gunshots, Bambi is drinking tea, and Scrappy is drowning while the internet goes nuts. However, you know what? The problem hasn't been cleared up yet since. We thought the scandal was at its height when young Jock made the decision to go nuclear. This was the final straw since, up until that time, Jock had been letting Scrappy dig his own grave by laughing and giving clues on Instagram. However, Scrappy's Instagram live tirade was a grave error. "I don't have to explain myself to anybody," he added, and Jock was talking out his neck. "Man, you guys love drama, and you love tearing people down. You guys act like you know what's going on, but you don't know the half of it." Boy, if Jock was upset earlier, he was just talking out of his throat. Let me clarify that I didn't say anything that insulted him, but it's absurd how men pretend to be victims when they are exposed. He was incensed because C. Jock is a man with way too much knowledge to be merely a regular dude rambling on. On the evening, when Jock took the mic on his radio show, he let loose with everything. Wasn't accurate, so let's discuss it if you want to be naive. Let's talk about your previous instances of acting carelessly out here. Let's talk about what caused your marriage to fail. When Bambi left you, you were crying in my direct messages. Let's talk about that. The Jock had hundreds and hundreds of receipts, my God. At this moment, Scrappy was powerless to respond or refute anything, so Jock employed the ultimate power move. "If I was lying, why did you call me right after I said it? Why did you text me talking about we need to talk? If he is so innocent, why are you panicking?" The hashtags #Scrappy exposed #Jay said what he said #Bambi was right started trending memes as soon as he finished, and the internet went bananas. Video footage of Scrappy's past love and hip-hop altercations was shared online, with comments such as, "Bro, you had all this energy for other dudes, but now you're quiet, even celebrities started." He went live to talk about Scrappy after Suena tweeted, "Ain't NOA Scrappy got caught like this LM Charleston White. You all know he had to say something." He said, "You got here looking bad. You done messed up in too many places. Go sit down somewhere, son," to which Bambi abruptly doubled down. Even though she had previously exposed Scrappy's deceit, she wanted to say one final thing before going live again after Jock made those text conversations public. She was sitting there sipping a drink and looking through her phone, feeling like herself this time, and her hair and nails were done. After 2 minutes of stillness, she continued, "Ladies, this is why you have to let a man embarrass himself, because trust me, he will." Boom never has to mention names because everyone is aware of who she's referring to, and now Scrappy wasn't simply. We need to know who really prevailed after all this chaos. Therefore, let's analyze this since he was being revealed. After being caught stalking Kendra, Scrappy lost badly, his best friend lost all credibility after trying to fool the internet, and his ex-wife made fun of him. Kendra might have lost. She had to sit there as the Jock had the final laugh after being dragged for cheating with Scrappy of all people, which was even worse. But Bambi had the final say without even attempting to establish that she had been right about Scrappy all along, and she walked away looking busy and uninterested. Young Jock, the greatest victor, not only exposed Scrappy but also ruined him. As if he were the only one voicing the truth, he sat back and let the receipts do the talking. The most ridiculous part is that Jock was correct, so let's face it, and he never even needed to apologize. There will be scandal for some time. The foundation of Scrappy's entire brand was his genuineness, his commitment to his family, and his ability to grow from his mistakes. People now, however, beg Jocky to always be honest in his comments, much like Kendra did anytime he publishes. Let's give Jock the credit he deserves. He did a fantastic job. When the time was perfect, he uttered only the facts and then sat back and said, "Girl, you dodged a bullet." Kendra should hold off for a bit since, once the internet is turned on, it's impossible to turn it off. The internet will always be watching the drama's finale, and if this drama showed anything, it was that these reality stars are still nasty. In the end, the truth always surfaces, so the only question that remains is who will be the next to come to light. Is Scrappy's reputation irreparably tarnished, or do you think he will ever move on from this? Will it be too late for Kendra to win her back? Since I'm sure you have something to say, please leave your thoughts in the comments box. Remember to subscribe if you want to keep up with the most recent celebrity drama. By clicking the like and subscribe buttons, you can access exclusive tea and stunning scandals. On those warnings you'd rather ignore, miss what's about to happen.